Happiness is not a destination. It is a choice we make every single day. It doesn't come from perfect circumstances, wealth, or recognition, but from our mindset, awareness, and the way we choose to live. Each new day offers us a chance to choose joy, to practice gratitude, to protect our energy, and to live true to who we are. Choose happiness. Every day, happiness is not a finish line or a gift for the lucky ones. It is a decision, a quiet act of courage we repeat every day, even when life feels imperfect. Every morning when you open your eyes, you hold the power to choose how your story begins, with gratitude and trust that you are enough, or with worry and comparison. That single choice, small as it seems, can transform the way you experience life. No one's journey is free from pain or disappointment, but even amid chaos there are fragments of joy, a kind word, a soft light, a moment of stillness. Happiness does not come from avoiding hardship. It comes from seeing beauty despite it. Remember, happiness doesn't come to you. It comes from you. When you pause, breathe, and whisper to yourself, "I choose peace," that is the moment happiness begins to grow. Be thankful for what you have. Smile more, forgive more easily, love yourself more deeply. Allow yourself to feel happy even when life isn't perfect, because perfection never comes, and happiness doesn't need permission to exist. Happiness is not somewhere far away. It lives in the choices you make today. So whatever happens, choose to be gentle, grateful, and joyful. For every time you choose happiness, you are building a life worth living. Begin with gratitude. No matter how heavy your day feels, there is always something to be thankful for. The breath in your chest, the sky above your head, or the quiet chance to begin again. Gratitude doesn't require grand gestures. It only asks for a heart willing to see the simple beauty that already surrounds you. When we learn to appreciate what we have, our thoughts shift from scarcity to abundance. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this teaching me?" In that moment, pain becomes wisdom, struggle becomes strength, and life becomes a gift. Gratitude does not deny pain, it illuminates it. You can feel sad or disappointed, yet still know deep down that something remains to be thankful for. That awareness lightens your heart and quiets your mind. Each morning, whisper a small thank you for another day. Each night, remember one thing that made you smile. Over time, gratitude will become a habit, one that transforms the way you see the world. Oprah once said, "What you focus on grows." When you focus on gratitude, happiness expands with it. When you focus on the light, the darkness fades away. So, no matter what your circumstances, begin each day with two simple, powerful words. Thank you. Because a grateful heart is the shortest path to happiness. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves a place in your life. Some people appear only to teach you about boundaries, not to stay forever. Learn to choose peace over pleasing others, because every time you pretend to be fine to protect someone else, you quietly wound yourself. Protecting your energy doesn't mean closing your heart. It means knowing when to open and when to close. Set boundaries that honor your well-being. Have the courage to say no, to be silent when needed, and to walk away when peace asks you to. Sometimes the greatest strength is not in staying, but in leaving calmly to preserve your inner light. Don't let other people's negativity or your own inner critic drain you. Speak gently to yourself. Rest when you need to. Be honest about what you feel. Self-care isn't selfish. It's survival. You cannot pour from an empty cup. The world needs the most peaceful version of you, not the one exhausted from trying to please everyone. Guard your energy like a sacred garden. Water it with gratitude, nurture it with faith, and protect it from the winds of judgment and negativity. Do not allow anyone to trample the flowers you have grown with your love and effort. The world is already loud enough. Be the quiet, safe place you return to. When you learn to protect your energy, you don't just live better. You shine brighter, stronger, and freer. Live your truth. There comes a time when you must stop shrinking yourself just to fit into places you've outgrown. You were not born to please everyone. You were born to be real. Living truthfully isn't always easy. It can expose you to judgment or misunderstanding, but it is the only path to true freedom. When you stop living for the expectations of others, you begin to hear the quiet voice of your own soul. That voice doesn't need to perform or pretend. It only asks to be heard. True love and acceptance come not from who you try to be, but from who you already are. Never trade authenticity for approval. If love requires you to lose yourself, it is not love but compromise. Live instead for harmony within your soul, where you can look in the mirror and smile, knowing you have been honest with your feelings, your dreams, and your truth. Sometimes becoming yourself means letting go of the old version of you, the one that helped you survive but cannot help you grow. Be grateful for who you were, but do not let the past confine you. Step into the new chapter of your life with courage, trusting that you are enough even in your imperfection. Those meant for you will always recognize your light. You don't need to prove your worth. Simply be present and true. And one day you will realize you stop chasing happiness and start becoming it. When you live your truth, you no longer search for happiness. You are happiness. Find joy in the little things. Happiness doesn't only live in life's big moments, a promotion, a new home, or a long-awaited trip. Often it hides in the quiet details of everyday life. A warm cup of tea in the morning, a favorite song on the radio, laughter shared with a friend, sunlight filtering through your window. These small joys don't shout for attention, but they hold a quiet power to heal. They remind us that life, though imperfect, is still full of grace. True joy is not found in what is grand, but in how deeply we notice the simple. Allow yourself to laugh fully when you're happy, to cry when you're hurting, to dance when your spirit calls you, and to be still when you need peace. That is how you live. Honestly, completely, beautifully. Children can find wonder in a leaf, a puddle, or a hug. We once had that same gift, and we've simply forgotten how to see it. Learn again from them. Look at life with curiosity and gratitude. Feel the wind, watch the sun, smell the bread baking in the air. In these moments, you are truly alive. Happiness doesn't require perfection, plans, or conditions. It only asks for your full presence here and now. When you are truly present, not lost in the past or anxious about the future, everything around you begins to smile back. Sometimes the secret to happiness is not having more, but seeing more deeply what you already have. Happiness is now. Do not wait for someday to be happy, not for more money, stability, or perfection. If you cannot find joy in today, you will not find it anywhere else. Life, even in its unfinished state, is full enough to be grateful for and to smile about. Happiness is not where you are going. It is where you are standing. Each time you choose peace over worry, gratitude over resentment, and truth over pretense, you are already living in happiness. We spend so much of our lives chasing happiness that we forget it was never gone. Happiness is not a destination, but a state of awareness, a gentle awakening to the present moment. And in the end, you will understand. Happiness is not the road to somewhere else. It is the road itself.